All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. PITW with Ahaya. PITW with Ahaya. Peace in the wilderness with the I am that I am. Sister Deborah is coming today with a warning. And the warning is due to informing individuals to understand, to get them to understand you are not entitled. Okay? You are not entitled. Um, I believe that there is 100% as 100% number, 92% of that 100 have no idea of their identity. And you have the 8% just totally cuckoo clock. They don't know if they're going or coming. They just think they have awakened. But as I think of the topic that I'm about to speak on, which has to do with the warning, I realize that we continuing in having it wrong from the very beginning. And it's like, okay, it just looked like everything was wrong, Father. It just looked like we don't have nothing together. I wonder, do anyone out there, hello in the live chat, it's good to see you. I wonder, do anyone out there ever, the 8% that feels that we are the people, uh, and they have awakened. I mean, I really wonder, do they feel, which most likely I feel they feel this way, is they are entitled. I mean, it doesn't matter what they say, what they do, how they do it, how they think, and how they feel. They are totally entitled to something from the Creator. I really believe that. I believe that this warning is really overdue. I think that warning is what we need to be doing in this day and time, more so than anything. Instead of giving people what they itchy ears desire, we need to be putting out warning to individuals, because it dawned on me. I know that Yah knew we were here and he had a hand in it. Was there, or what would you think, or what would you say we were to get out of being in captivity for 400, it's way past 400 years? What was it for us? What was it we were to get out of it? Let me give you an example. Say, for instance, if I were to go to jail and I was in jail for 20 years, once they get into jail, they find themselves. At least they go after trying to find themselves. They do a lot of reading, a lot of educating themselves. You know, they do a lot of taking care of themselves body wise. Why? Because they're behind the bars. They ain't got nothing else to do. Go outside, work out, and come in. So they do focus on even their skin. I don't know if you all know that. They focus on their hair. They focus on learning once they're in there. 20 years. So I wonder, why is it we as a people, as we say that we are, why is it we have not learned anything? You can't say, well, I have. No, you can't. Because you can't just say you have out of, let's say, 1 billion people. 1 out of 1 billion? Come on now, think. Could that be? Yes, it could. But we want to know what was the overall, why is it that all these things, let me show you how powerful it is. Why is it all these things have happened to us and still going on, and yet you got 92% have no idea of who they are as a people. Then you got the 8% half cuckoo clock in the form of I'm awakened. Okay? Not understanding you have not awakened to anything until you have awakened to spirit and truth. So you still fall in the same guideline as the 92% that have no idea about Israel nor Judah. Okay? So is to warn you to be very cautious in the mindset of entitlement. Okay? Or so up in I'm entitled. Why are you entitled? Because I'm Jacob, because I'm Judah, because I'm Israel, I'm the Jew. This is what Sister Deborah finna warn you, because I'm going to show you what was shown to me that cracked all that had Sister Deborah saying, wow. And then it made me think, 2 years ago, I wrote that thing out. I'm finna bring it up to get today in a sense of warning you to not put so much emphasis on I got it. Find it and have it for real. Because even when it says there's 2 gates, a narrow and a broad, everything has been broken down into 2s. Why are we assuming that when it come down to the Most High Yah, he still will not uphold the 2 in the kingdom? He will, because the kingdom has divided, one to the Lamb Book of Life and one to the books, to the lake of fire. See? You see what I'm saying? It's divided. Y'all did not, I'm going to tell y'all something you didn't know. Y'all did not make eternal life in the Lamb Book of Life and eternal lake of fire for Israel, Judah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. See, that's where many of you all don't understand. So when Sister Deborah tell you about what the heavens has orchestrated, that's where you got to go to. It'll will you talking about you awaken, this will wake you up and say, wait a minute now, the kingdom ain't saying nothing about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because you all don't understand, Yah is a spirit. Everything he has mastered into 2s, okay? He made sure you understand. One is for one place and one is for another. Okay? So what we did, we paid no attention to the things he say we are to do in the realm of the spirit, because we're so busy feeling that we are entitled in the flesh to gain all the things of the spirit. Then what would that say about him? It would say a lot of things about the Creator. We as a people, we are so entitled to Jacob. We are so entitled to the promised land. So we are sitting back, not giving him what he is entitled to, which is still praise, honor, glory, worship, because we are already entitled to the kingdom, to the promised land. Because Jacob, because we the true Jews, or we the people. But as I said to you yesterday about the image, how he was so hardcore on the image in the beginning, Genesis chapter 1. And we missed it because the image was a spirit that identified feminine and masculine. Spirit, that's who he is. Same thing. We want to serve and worship him with no fruit of the spirit, no work of the spirit, no of the spirit, no nothing but that I am. Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, I am. Israel and Judah. That's all people think about. But they don't think. There's got to be something to this. We're acting as if we so entitled. And when he spoke to me this afternoon, it was really this morning, but when he spoke to me in between 11 and 12, you know what? It dawned on me. I need to go back and wrap this thing up because that makes so much sense. We put him in situations where we see him unjust, unrighteous, unholy, unworthy. That's how we set Yah up to be none of that. I mean, that's how we see him. That's why we can't believe the things of the spirit and the things we are being taught by his servant. We would rather believe what the people in the world and what the people on these platforms is saying that are not taught here. But yet, this is why he said the time would come and there would be itchy ears. He knew that. He knew that already. But what is going on is I'm trying to really level this thing off, and it seems like he's adding on to it instead of just, oh, okay, Deborah, just to level it off. No, he's adding on to it. Let's take for instance, we've been here, our ancestors, for many years. Have it ever dawned on any of you what probably or what you would think or feel, or just think? It don't have to be right or wrong. All it is, have you ever, I know many of you all, now you might not ask yourself, but I do. 400 years, Father. And you mean we didn't learn nothing? Even a man that's locked up for 20 years, when he come out, he's going to learn. He going to know about his skin, know who he is. He going to know more about himself, more about education. Why? He's going to know about his health. He's going to be lifting weights. Why? 20 long years. And here we've been in this captivity for 40 years. And all we know is we, the true Jews, we, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, without measuring the facts that there's two parts to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 2 parts to Abraham, there's 2 parts to Isaac, parts to Jacob. There's 2 parts to me, there's 2 parts to you. You have a spirit and you have a flesh. You see what I'm saying? There's 2 parts to you. So when we begin to talk about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we have to understand they were the spiritual seed, which is the light. You see what I'm saying? So were y'all caught up in their flesh? No, he wasn't. As it was then, so is it now. You worship me in spirit and in truth. Their flesh can't worship me. That stood for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So what was going on? They were the spiritual seed that he sent down here that made them who they were in the bosom of who he is. Okay? We detach to the flesh of who they are, to the point where we'll tell the others that's fake that you can't be, because we're the bloodline. We build everything on the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to the point we ridicule the fake ones. And yes, they're the fake ones. But we ridicule them and only know the flesh of Abraham, the flesh of Isaac, the flesh of Jacob. And we use it. We uses it because we think that it's something great. And it's not. Because we chose the part of them that was flesh. We didn't walk upright like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why y'all never did figure out why is it he called our forefathers out as being stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient. He wasn't talking about Abraham, Isaac, David, Solomon, and all the others. He wasn't talking to them. He were our forefathers and what they did to cause us to be where we at today. That's why you can't be awakened. Oh, yeah, you can be awakened to stupidity. No light. Because the part that we hold firm to and we grip to is the part of who they were in the flesh. And we care not. Wait a minute. Who were they in the spirit? They were the spiritual seed. Did you know that that is what make those that Yah is coming for? Those that have the same spiritual seed Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had. Yeah, a lot of you all did not know. There's not one verse in there telling you Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was perfect. They were sinless. No. He didn't say that about them because they did have sin. They're not perfect. Nor was David. But he's showing us that he didn't choose them to be perfect on the outside. I choose them because I know who they are on the inside. They my seed that I set down. Can we say that today? Can we say that we are the seed of the Most High Yah sent down here? The spiritual seed that was sent down here. If you mean the spiritual seed, you are for sure Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are for sure Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And like I say, many people, it doesn't even dawn on them that, okay, 400 years, how long does it take for a people to learn one thing after being in captivity for 400 years, 400 and some odd years? How long does it take? How long does it take for us to really get spirit and truth out of how long we've been here and what we've gone through and what we continue to go through? Why? Everybody got comfortable. People are so comfortable right where they are that they can't even walk, you guys. Listen to this. They cannot even walk in the light. They so comfortable in the dark. They can't even walk where they see, where they hear, and where they can think a light might be. Why? They're comfortable. What made them comfortable, Deborah? Entitlement. They got comfortable and just nailed it. I'm Jacob. I'm the true Jews. And I'm going to tell you what the Father told me. He said, Deborah, there are those who say that they are Jews, but I myself know that they are the synagogue of Satan. But then he said, listen to this, y'all. Then he says, those that are claiming, watch this here, that are claiming they are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's bloodline that makes them the true Jews. When you go get your DNA test for your to find out your nationality or your history of your where you come from, they do it by the what? The flesh bloodline. The what bloodline, Deborah? The flesh bloodline. What part you don't hear? What wait a minute. When they go do that, they do what? The flesh bloodline. Oh, see, we got this in us. That's what make us the true Jews. That makes you the true food. Why? You're still focusing on who you are in the flesh and could give a rat's behind it's to know that it's about the spirit. So I myself will say to the Father, well, why didn't tell me that the image? I taught it too many times about Genesis 20, Genesis 1:26, about the spirit. Your spirit was blown in us. But he also, in this day and time, showed me that it was still the same. And how he had spoon-fed me to know it when I could have known it because I have heard of it. And that is to learn that the image of Yah was a feminine and a masculine. If you're waiting for these pastors, these bishops, these priests, these apostles, these evangelists, these prophetess, those prophets, these priests, none of them, seers, watchmen, they're not going to teach you that. It's the light, baby. You're not going to be told the light. That's where we're at in this day and time. If you're stuck in darkness, that's where you're going to remain. That's what he meant when he said, if the crooked is crooked when the time comes, let him remain crooked. See there? He ain't coming to make you straight. Those times are over. I heard a European lady talk about people are speaking on the prophecies and Jesus is love, and you have to go to him in love. You have to go to the world in love. And she was going up against a couple of prophets, one prophetess and one prophet, that were saying things to the world about what God is going to do. That's what she used, God. But what she didn't understand was you're telling them what they want to hear. Just because you're telling them what they want to hear, that is not the truth of the whole matter. You see? So she's speaking, and she said she was speaking to all kind of people all over the world. They asked her to speak on these because to hearing this one prophetess and this one male prophet say these things to the world about what the Most High gonna do to Russia, what he gonna do to United Snakes of America, and on. She was just so bent up and bent down because people today, they feel that they are entitled to the best of the best. And they don't understand that's the flesh of the flesh speaking. Israel and Judah feel so entitled. But what the Father told me, he said, when you see in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, Deborah, when you see in Revelation chapter 3, verse 9, saying that they are those that say that they are Jews and are not, they are the synagogue of Satan. He said, I mean that. I mean that. And they know they are that. But what the issue is also is those that are the bloodline of Jacob. They are fake too. See, I'm thinking, okay, you're going to handpick yours to bring out, which I always taught it like that. And they were already. But what he's saying is, how can one pot, black pot, call another black pot? How can Judah call the fake Jews fake and they fake too? They fake too. That's why he's going to do something in Mount Zion. That's the whole purpose, y'all. Is to show himself up. So when he said this to me, I said, okay, hold up, Father, y'all, hold up a minute now. Okay, hold up. So them saying that they the true Jews don't mean nothing. No. They speaking of the bloodline of the flesh. Jacob ain't in his grave as the bloodline, the flesh. Jacob's spirit is at sleep. That's the only thing that belonged to me. So we are claiming the bloodline. I don't say me. Let me stop that. They are claiming the bloodline. Oh, we Jacob. We can go take our DNA and you can show who we are. And that's what y'all say, the 8% foolish. This is what they do. Not knowing that those that are over there in that land, let me show you what he told me. He say, they are the rich of the rich. They simply Europeans. Feel they have stolen identity. But he said when Judah and Israel had the richest land on the face of the earth, floating with milk and honey, as they have now, what did they do with it? They did the same evil stuff that the fake Jews over in the synagogue of Satan, what they're doing today. The Father want me to let you know. Judah and Israel is no better. It's no better. You once had all that they have now. But matter of fact, let me tell you something. You had more that was more greater than they had. Y'all was in the center of the land that's floating with milk and honey. How about that? How about that? Y'all was right in the center of the land floating with milk and honey. They don't have y'all in the center, but you did. But you didn't do no better, said the Most High Yah, than they did. So when you own this land of your captive, you should have been doing something 400 and some odd years to be different from your forefathers. I gave you time to repent, and you still found no room, no space. Because people think that if they are the fake ones and they're the synagogue of Satan, what do that make me? The same thing. Because you're doing all the acts and the conduct of Satan. So what difference does it make? It's just that they didn't got your land and living on it, and everybody think they you. And you got this land living on it, acting no different than they are. That's what the Father wants you to know. The warning is, he already handpicked his. Okay? He already handpicked his. See, what people thought was, and think today, that's why they in all these different Muslim, Hindu, Buddha, Jehovah Witness, Catholics, Baptist, Jehovah, Pentecostal. They in all these different religions, but not in Yah. That's powerful to me. So it goes take me right back home. Where is home? The narrow gate. Very few shall find therein. There's a problem, y'all, and it's bigger than your solution or your answer. It's real. And he said there's a warning. And the warning is not for those who are not in the body of Hamashiach. The warning is for those who are in the body of Hamashiach. Don't be doing things you ain't got no business doing that does not represent the Most High Yah. Don't be out here stealing, killing, robbing, raping, adultery, hating your neighbors, disrespecting your mother and your father, murdering your mother and father. All these wicked and evil things, and all you can say is, I'm Jacob. I'm the true Jew. That's all the mouths and all the 8% that know who they are can do, when the whole 92% could care less. So just imagine 8% and what's coming out of the 92% that Yah has handpicked to take out. Somewhere along the line, people really thinking it's about the flesh. Guess what, y'all? It's still detached to the spirit. Because if it's not detached to the spirit of who you are, which is the seed, then the creator who have created all things, okay, is not who he portrayed to be. When you go to Matthew chapter 10, you hear Christ speaking. I went over it probably 8 times with you all, maybe even more than that. In the book of Matthew chapter 10, in the book of Matthew chapter 10 and 31, I'm going to show you something. And your preacher, your bishop, your Maureen, your seer, your watchman, your pastor, your prophet, your prophetess, your priest, they would never, ever, ever be able to reach you with these words, even though it's sitting right here, not only in your face, in your eyes, but it's here for the whole world to see. It's a study guide. And when you don't have the know that this is a study guide and there's something that came that was greater than it, and that was Yah, the word. Okay? Now, when I get to, I'm going to show you something. When we get to 10, and I'm going to show you exactly what he's saying as far as how he say that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I said it to him. I said, now, look, Father, now right here is like this. He said, still stand. And I'm going to break it down. When he was going over with me in Matthew chapter 10, this is a chapter and a verses we have heard over and over and over. Many of you have no idea what is going on here. And I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to see if anybody can still pinpoint who's speaking. Now, here in verse 33, Matthew chapter 10 and verse 33, it says, but whosoever shall deny me before men. Is that the masculine or the feminine? Let's go again. Verse 30. What is it? 33. Whosoever deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in heaven. Why is it Yeshua separated himself from the Father? Want me to tell you? Here, Yeshua separated himself from the Father all the way to the point, which is in heaven. Ain't you talking? Yeshua. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. Bro, ain't you talking? In Matthew chapter 10, verse 33, ain't that you? He's letting you know, if you deny him, he would deny you before his Father, which is in the heaven. He right then separate himself from the Father. Do y'all know why he did that? Anybody have any idea of why he would separate himself at that moment? All he do is say, anybody deny me? My Father and I will deny you. Woo! He didn't say that. He said that you deny me, I'm going to deny you before my Father. Where's your Father at? Yeshua. Where's he at? Deborah, tell him, in the heaven. Now, is his Father there? Sure, for sure. Watch how the Father come down. Watch how the kingdom come down. Now, let's go to verse 30. Here come the Father. Here come the Father. Seek not that I am. Woo-wee! not that I am come to sin. He's letting you know, I come and I sent. That's who he is. He can do that. I come. How did you come, Father? I'm Christ, Deborah. See, that was Yeshua talking at first, not Christ is talking. And I am identified himself as Christ. Listen to how he said, think not that I am come. Well, when did you come? I came as Christ with Yeshua. Oh, okay. To send. Wait a minute. Hold up. What you gonna do now? You come, you send, you I am. What's going on? You missed it. As always. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna wrap this up right at this little part right here. And I'm gonna bring the both together on what I'm talking about. So as he was saying that, he's saying, I am, I come, and I sent. That's what Yeshua was saying. I would deny you before my Father in the heaven. And the Father comes out speaking through Yeshua as Christ. He said, I am. Why? Because Yeshua identified the Father in the heaven. So here he pulling up. I am come to sin. Wait a minute. First and foremost, you the I am, you come, and you sent. He letting you know only one can do that is I am. I can do all that and some. I am in the heaven as the Father. I am. I come down in the Son as Christ, and I sent the both from the heaven. To miss it every time. Now watch what you do. And then it says, peace on earth. Think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. This is not Yeshua talking. This is Christ. Now watch. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Listen to what he said. I came, like the top one, not to sin. He's still using come and came and sin. Because he can do that. That's why I tell y'all where the fear come in. Because for him to be the I am, he can do all that. And still be sitting on the throne. So he's telling you, I didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. Well, wait a minute, hold on. What made you come now? What made you come now? Because now it's time to separate my seed from the serpent seed. They've been hanging too long, Deborah. They've been acing too long. They've been on side by side too long. You know, like the Tower of Babel. He let them go as far as they want to go. He said, wait a minute, let me come on down yonder in this mess. That's the I am. He can do that. I'm like, but why didn't you just stop them before they started? Because I am that I am. And we missed it then. The Tower of Babel. Why are you letting them reach that far up, period? Because I'm going to let them mess with they. Then I come down and mess it up. You see how he rumbled? So when I'm sitting here listening to this, listen to this though, y'all. And then verse 35 said, I am, here we go again, come to set a man in variance against his father. He's telling you, I'm coming to mess up that flesh. So it'll stay away from my spirit. I come to mess up that flesh, to separate he that's born of the flesh seed from he that is born of the spirit seed. I need a sword, y'all. I need to divide this. They two friends. They two together. They two in this. That's why they can't serve me, Deborah. They can't serve me and they acing with the seed of Satan. And that's what a lot of people are doing today. They so comfortable with darkness to where they say, you better not talk to me about light. I don't want to hear that. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to see light. I don't want to think light. I don't want to feel light. So watch this here. 35, here he go pulling up again. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father. Tell you what's wrong with that? Want me to show you what's wrong with that? First and foremost, 99.15 billion don't know that Yeshua didn't come for that. Yeshua didn't come for that. But Christ did. Yeshua didn't come for that. Yeshua was the blood sacrifice. That's what Yeshua was. He was the blood sacrifice for the cross. And in the process, a teacher to teach us about his father. But he wasn't coming here with the sword. That ain't Yeshua. That's Christ. Coming to separate the seed from the serpent seed from the spiritual seed. That's all he's talking about. And I'm like saying, but wait a minute, Father. You had to stress that, didn't you? He said, yeah, but y'all ain't heard nothing yet. Israel and Judah, y'all ain't heard nothing yet. Now watch this here. He said, in 35, I come to set a man in variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Now, first and foremost, again, let's say this again. We know that the Yeshua did not come for that. Yeshua did not come for that, y'all. He came for the blood sacrifice and sacrifice his life. Yeshua didn't come for that, to come to bring the sword. Yeshua wasn't coming to bring the sword to separate the seed. That was Christ doing that. That was Christ. Now watch what happened. Verse 36. And a man's folks shall they of his own household. That means folks mean his enemy. He letting the men, the masculine, understand your household is going to be your enemy. In your own household. Your household is your womb where you carry all those seeds and you transfer them to woman and all those babies. Man, he's telling the men that, right? Why does these women insist on that these babies are theirs? And wondering why are later on in life? Because you never recognized they wasn't yours. Y'all never set it up from the floor up for you to claim it that deep. You had a part in their life as a feminine. But that masculine part is what they took to trait. You get what I'm saying? Even the daughters took the trait from the father. That's the way he orchestrated the work in heaven. And this is what I said to him. I said, wait a minute, I see a problem going on right here. I got a problem. What's the problem, Deborah? Who can tell me who was being spoken to? Was all these words being spoken to? Anybody in the live chat? Tell me, who was all these words being spoken to? In Matthew chapter 10, verse 33, 34, 35, 36. Who was the words spoken to? And then, I appreciate if you can tell me the mystery. Oh, there's a mystery up in here, baby. There's a mystery up in here. I appreciate if you can tell me. Because I like to know somebody know it. Somebody can see it. Somebody can feel it. Somebody can discern it. So who was these words in Matthew chapter 10, verse 33, 34, 35, and 36? Why was Christ pulling up talking? Identifying the Father like Yeshua was identifying the Father in the heavens. So did Christ identify, I am. Woo. That's who was speaking. Yeshua was standing, but the I am, which was the part of Yah, which was Christ. See, a lot of people didn't know in Genesis 1 when he said, let us, that was his power. His only begotten. Yah's only begotten power. That he sent down with the Son of Man. He was the son of Yah as Christ, and Yeshua was the Son of Man, born of a woman. Okay, now let me see. Man, okay, spoken to men. The iniquity goes to visit the Father. Yeah, but who was Yeshua? Let me go and say it right. Who was Christ talking to? And you won't never get it. He was talking to Jews. I'm gonna take you there. Now, this is why I told the Father, I said, well, hold up. You're gonna tell me who did Yeshua HaMashiach come to minister to? The Jews, right? He coming to his own. Was he not? Just give me a thumb up. Was he not coming to minister to the Jews? Is that true or not? And if Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, came unto his own, which is the Jews, why is the Father pulling up with the sword to separate them? Tell me that. Let me see somebody answer that. Because I said, hold up now. That was my question to the Father. Hey, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, right? I got a problem right here. I said, I see you bringing the sword to separate something. What is that sword? Let me show y'all. Genesis chapter 1. Now, Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. I will put intimacy between thee and the woman. The woman is, hear me now, the woman is his spirit. So he's telling Satan, you're going to have your seed and I'm going to have mine. Satan was so happy. That's why Satan obeyed Yah. That's why the demons obey Yah and the Son of Man. Because Yah didn't have to allow them to come to the earth. That was the power of Yah allowing them to do that. And they were happy. So here goes Satan in the garden, and Yah turn around and tell him, I'm going to give you your seed and I'm going to have mine. And I'm going to put intimacy between the two. How is it that Yah is putting the intimacy between Satan's seed and this woman's seed? Because he owned all the seeds. The Most High Yah owns all the seeds. You mean he owns Satan's seeds? Sure he do. He owned the woman's seed? Sure he do. Why you think he got a Lamb book of life with the names written? And why do he have books to the lake of hell written? Because the seeds have already been separated, whether they are the spiritual seed of the woman and it's not meaning female. Y'all call earth mother, wisdom her. So don't get it bent. That's what make him the I am. I can be whatever I want to be. Who's going to have something to say about it? And that's our problem. We try to tell him who he can be, what he can be, how he can be, and when he can be. We need to sit our ugly tails down and get to know him. Because he's all that and something. He can be whatever he wanna, when he wanna, how he wanna. We just messed up. So here in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, he go on to tell Satan, and between thy seed and her seed. Satan like, ooh, wee, I'm gonna get some seeds. Why am I saying that? Why I'm saying that about Satan? Because Satan know he took them ones from the heaven, he put them down in the uttermost darkness. How about that? See, y'all didn't know that, did you? You thought they came down his friend. No, they didn't, baby. They got locked down to the uttermost darkness to be reserved for revelation. So he told Satan in the garden, hey, you ain't done nothing with Adam and Eve. Those were your seeds. So I'm going to let you know, you're going to have your seeds and I'm going to have a mind, and I'm going to put something in the boat. Mine, which is righteous, my spiritual seed, going to hate your dark seed. Your dark seed going to hate my righteous seed. And that's the battle on the earth today. Spiritual. Satan's spiritual seed, hating Yah's spiritual seed. That's the real battle. It's not the flesh. And that's why it's getting won. And that's why many things are happening, because we forsake the true war. It's not Russia. Ukraine, United Snakes. The true wars in the spirit where y'all divided it to hate one another. So in that same division right there, he turned around and brought Yeshua HaMashiach into the new. I'm saying it's the new, but down as the blood sacrifice. And then he said, wait a minute, hold up, sit here till I make that earth your footstool. Matter of fact, my beloved, let me take my beloved. Okay, you're going to not only come down blood sacrifice for a man, you got to die like a man. But I tell you what, I'm going with you. I'm sitting down with you, my only begotten son, which is, what is he forgotten? What is y'all's only? We know y'all ain't got no only. He's speaking of his only power, his only word, his only spirit. I'm sending you, son of man. You see? That's why the son of man always, you heard him on the right hand, because you don't know which son it is that he's speaking about. You don't understand the throne of Yah on the right hand, that right hand, which is his only begotten power. And you don't know the throne that the Son of Man sits in, that's on the right hand of the power. So in Matthew chapter 10, the big mystery is, tell them, Deborah, Judah better be checked. Israel better be. Yeshua HaMashiach, right here. I'm talking to the Jews. I'm talking about Israel. See, what you didn't know, Yeshua didn't come to the Gentiles, to the Romans. He came to the house. So therefore, you mean to tell me, Father Yah, you bring the sword between the house of Israel and Judah? For what? What you gonna do that for? Deborah, in them is the seeds of the serpent, and it's the seed of the spirit. And I, as Christ, with all the power, come down with the sword to separate them, get them away from each other. To get them away from each other. Why am I telling me and your children? Because I put the seeds in them. Whether it is a serpent seed or whether it's a spiritual seed, all the seeds were put in a man's womb. And he's telling him that. So he's checking him, letting him know. Your enemy is in your womb. And your womb is going to be your household. You see how ignorant men are? They never thought of nothing like that. They won't preach and teach that. No, you can't. He only gives the mystery to his true servant. He ain't around here handing out his mystery to any and everybody who say, Lord, Lord. So what he's telling me, and I was telling him, I said, well, hold up now. Didn't Yeshua go to Israel and Judah? He said, yeah. I said, so wait a minute, hold up. Is this answering what I used to say, Father? He said, it is. That's war come to separate in the house of Israel and Judah. The serpent seed from the spiritual seed. So shall stop that line that all of you are going. All of you are Jacob. If you ain't Jacob in the spirit, you ain't Jacob in nothing but the flesh. And you know where Jacob flesh is at, don't you? In case you didn't know, it's still rotten. Probably didn't turn to powder by now, most likely. Bones too. Exactly where you head. So here he's telling me, you tell them. Why would I send Yeshua and I'm HaMashiach to tell you I'm coming to bring the sword? I'm coming to bring the sword to separate, to divide your household. Your household got the serpent seed in it and it got the spiritual seed. I come to bring the sword to separate my seed from that dark seed. And that was in the house of Israel. So how is the all Israel and Judah going to end up in Mount Zion? That's a lie from the pit of hell. Let's go. I went to Luke where I went before. In the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 51. What the Father wants y'all to know, y'all got it all bent up and bent down. What he wants me to let you know, Yeshua HaMashiach was still in the midst of this. So where did he go to? He came into his own, which is what? The house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. What they call themselves, the true Jews. Wait a minute, hold up. Did you not just say, Deborah, that in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9 said that I know that you are not the Jews, you are the synagogue of Satan. So you're faking it to be the true Jews. You are actually the synagogue of Satan. But somebody answer this here? How is it in Matthew chapter 32 to 33, the sword of the Father came down with Yeshua, his son, to separate the serpent seed from the spiritual seed in the household? So is the serpent seed that he separated in the household any different than the synagogue of Satan seed? Come on now. Can somebody say something? How can we make what he's doing in Matthew 32 through 36, identifying that the son, Yeshua HaMashiach, came into his own, which were Israel and Judah. And he come, and then as he was speaking, Christ began to speak, identifying, I am. Not only I come and I sit. That's telling you that's the power. I come and I sent. First of all, I told you I am. Yeshua ain't never called the I am. See, you don't know when. That's why I tell y'all, if you're not rooted with the Ruach in you that teaches you this book to teach you how to go in it and pull it out, you'll never know. Because this was only meant to be a study guide, a learning tool. It wasn't put here for you to override the Holy Spirit. You see what I'm saying? It had to come. See, all of these people in this book never saw this book. But yet you're hearing their story. They didn't walk this here. But yet you're hearing their voices. Now listen to this. Luke chapter 12 and verse 51. Luke chapter 12 and verse 51. We talked about this a verse before, but I'm showing you a different angle. And what I'm trying to show you is a warning. We've been past 400 and some. Stop staying in darkness in your understanding. Because if you stay in darkness in your understanding, you'll never have the light residing in you. Okay, so when you get to Luke chapter 12 and verse 51, now watch how Yeshua speak and then Christ pull up. Okay, in Luke chapter 12, 51, suppose ye that I am, here he come again, come to give. Now listen to what here. What did I tell you y'all was? Didn't I tell y'all? Yah is give and gave. Yah is give and gave. Now watch this. Suppose that I am come to give peace. So come, first he identified himself. That was Christ. Why was he Christ? Christ is the Father. Okay? And he identified himself, and he is the power. He identified himself, I am come to give peace on the earth. What did Yeshua say? I come not to do anything with the law, the commandments, or the prophets. I come to fulfill. Yeshua never said he come to do this. This is why you know this is Christ speaking. Now watch what he says. Suppose that I am come to give peace on the earth. It asks the question. Now watch this. I tell you, nay. Straight. Now you tell me if that's not bold. In the study guide, no, I didn't. You would have thought that every teacher, minister, pastor, bishop, evangelist, priest, Maureen, seers, when they teach this book, they should have been able to say, hold up, y'all. Something going on right here. Now watch this. It asks a question. And everybody will say, "What? Can't we just all be friends and just get along?" But why would it be that way when y'all know in Genesis chapter 3 and 15, he put two seeds on the earth and they weren't supposed to have nothing in common. But as time went on, they grew together. So when Yeshua came, he came with Christ and he came with the sword, letting you know, you ain't got no business with them. Dark and light ain't got no business walking together. Divide that bad boy. Where's my sword? You think I come to give you some peace? I ain't finna give you no peace. Come on, where my sword at? That's what he come to do. To separate his light away from the darkness. Separate his spiritual seeds from the dark seeds of Satan. So here in Luke, here it come again. Verse 51. Suppose ye that I come to give peace on the earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. That is identical. That's in Genesis chapter 3 and 15. Between. Division is between. Same thing he said in Genesis to Satan. I'm going to put something between your seed and mine so they won't be clicking and click-clacking. But what happened? As sin took over, the spiritual seed was detaching himself to Satan's seed. So Father said, okay, get down there now, son. I need you to get down there and separate that mess. You see? So this is what he says. No, I come to bring, rather, you thinking I'm coming for peace? Now, when y'all think that y'all is peace, when you think he will be about the peace, he said, no, I come to bring the sword. And what did he say? I come to bring division. What is that? These churches, these pastors, these teachers, and even you all don't get. He's already letting you know I'm separating what is mine from what is not mine. We still don't get it. In the what? The house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. So when you running y'all tails around saying all of Israel, this is a study guide, a learning tool. That's why he said, don't study to show yourself. Don't show nobody else. Because that's what the Ruach is for. Because this thing has to be backed up and backed down by the Ruach. Okay? So then it says in 52, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in the house, divided 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Notice he's telling you a household. Where are those seeds, 5 seeds coming from? Out of the man womb. He got 5 in the household. And what word is in that in verse 5 that tells you they're enemies against each other? Can anybody can help me that? Can you help me that? In Luke chapter 12, verse 52, what word is in there telling you that it's going to be enemies against? There you go. Very good. Very good. Divided, but it's the against and divided, but against is the most powerful one because it's like you against me. We're against each other. Let me show you how thick they're against each other. 5 siblings, mother and father in there too. So let's say 7. All of them. You can have 4, and then the father and the one and the mother, that makes 3. But guess what? One is the serpent seed, the other one is the spiritual seed. The ones that's the serpent seed supposed to stick together, and the one that's the spiritual seed, they're supposed to stick together. You see what I'm saying? So that's why he said, I come that bring that sword. Why should my spiritual seed hang out with with the serpent seed of Satan? The serpent seed is in the Lamb Book of Life. I mean, in the lake of hell, in the books called the lake of hell. The spiritual seed is in the Lamb Book of Life. So why should I let them be on the earth together, a oneness, married, everything going together in the household, and then get to heavens and separate them? That makes him unjust. Because he allowed the Son to come down, and then him himself was Christ. He broke it down for us. Nobody wanted to teach it, because they were so busy teaching you the things of darkness, they couldn't teach you the things of light. So right here, he was saying, in the household, there's 5. In the household, in one, I like what he said when he said one household. Why was he saying one? He wants you to let you know, out of one man that has 5 children in a household, he wants you to know one household, not a household next door or a house 20 miles, one household. Do y'all understand how the Creator set that thing up from the floor? He don't give a rat's behind about you so close to your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brothers. He divided everybody from the kingdom, not from the earth. He already separated the Lamb Book of Life from the lake of hell. So what, he's supposed to go to the lake of hell and pull you out the book and put you in the Lamb Book of Life, or take you out of the Lamb Book of Life and put you in the lake of hell book? Come on now. That's why you should fear him. And right here today, I can stand on a mountain and tell people that is what makes him the I am. I can do whatever I want, when I want, how I want. That's why people don't have no respect for a higher I am that I am. That can't answer nothing. Moses come asking, well, who should I say? Tell him I am that I am. And here's the Israel and Judah right here today, don't give a rat's behind what I am is. They have no idea the power in it. It's telling you I can be whatever I want, how I want, when I want, and what do you got to say about it? So this is what's happening here. Look at verse 51. I am. I come. Who got something to say? Hey, I ain't come to give you no peace. I come to bring the division against one another. Oh, you like your mama better than you love me? I tell you what, she'll be your enemy. Because you love me and I'm the spiritual one, and you rather love the darkness, go love it. Now, if mama's the spirit and you the spiritual seed, good, y'all won. But y'all have already told us the household is already divided from the kingdom. Y'all, it's not divided from the earth. So you run around here and talk about my kids this, my kids did, they did. No. And if you are with the Ruach, it'll teach you how to know who your children are. And when he lets you know who they are, it is not for you to use the fact that they are the serpent seed and play their games with them. You still treat them with loving kindness. You see? You still act like a child of the Most High God. This is how we have every tool to work with. We just never took on it. We never took it and put it in our hands. We never taught anyone. We never told anyone. Now watch this here. Verse 53. Father shall be divided against his son. Why do he have to be divided? See, so divided is just the same weight as against. Divided is but no, it put divided and against together. So now against is stronger than divided, but it meaning the same. It's still a war zone. And it says in 53, and father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother against the mother-in-law, and the mother against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter the mother-in-law. And what I'm coming in, Deborah, and I ain't playing. I'm separating all that thing they call peace, because there's no peace between darkness and light. Up and down don't have nothing in common. Hot and cold, y'all, nothing has, and none of it has anything in common. So the key was, here I go again. Wait a minute, Father, yeah, I got a problem. I got a problem. Who was you talking to here? Who's you talking to? You pull it all up. Who was you talking to? Deborah, I'm talking about Israel and Judah. You mean you already separate Israel? It's already written? Yeah. So why are they down here? Now, this is why I said the warning. Don't be running around here feel you entitled. I just broke this down and ain't nobody gonna break it down any lesser than what I just did. You're gonna live and die with what I just said. And if you can't apply it, that's on you. Find out which seed you are. Because you can't be broken down no less than that. Because I went to two and I said, wait a minute now, Father, wait a minute, hold up. Who were y'all talking to? I said, he wasn't talking to the Gentiles. He wasn't talking to the heathens. He was talking to Israel and Judah. So y'all separated in Israel and in Judah, the seed of the serpent and the seed of the spirit. It's just as many seeds of the serpent as it is the seed of the spirit in the house of Israel and in the house of Judah. But I can guarantee you this is what he gave me. The seed of the serpent ain't crossing that line to Mount Zion. That's not the one that's going. Okay? That's what I wanted to let you know, to give you the warning. The head up. Keep standing your tails out here clowning if you want. Thinking this thing is a play. It's okay. You can play. Because we on time. Right now, the time that we on, it's over. It's finished. Clown if you want. And I was sitting somewhere today, standing outside of a building or something. I said, you know what? People should know who they are. Even what I just shared y'all with you, you should know who you are. So when you got a daughter going up against the father, or the daughter going up against the mother, and the mother going up against the daughter, the son against the father, and the father against the son, let me show you how it is. It's all over the place. The daughter still have issues with the father, and the mother have issues with the son. So you see what I'm saying? He's just letting you know that in the household, there are going to be 5. He didn't say male or female. He just said it's going to be 5. I just come to bring a division, to put my spiritual seed on one side so they can stick together, and put put the serpent seed on another. Because the serpent seed is going to be against the spiritual seed, and the spiritual seed is going to be against the serpent seed. So what are we fighting against, y'all? Spirit. He come to interfere with the spirit realm, to separate them on the earth before they head to the heaven. You see, that's deep. And he's speaking to Israel and Judah. So we can't turn around and say, oh, no, he's talking to the fake Jews. He's talking to the synagogue of Satan seed that's in the house of Israel and the house of Judah. So what makes the synagogue, the serpent seed, is no different than the fake Jews. That's the synagogue of Satan. It's the same thing. This is what he was teaching me today. One is no different than the other. Not even any different than the other. Both of them didn't have the wealth, because I gave them the wealth, Deborah. I gave them the promised land flowing with milk and honey. Deborah, that was the richest land on the face of the earth. And guess what, Deborah? I was in the midst. Over there, he ain't in the midst of that mess. You see how rich we were? We in the midst. And we were over there. If you go to Isaiah 36, he'll tell you, y'all was over there killing each other, polluting the land, all kind of sick mess. Was these people this way? Israel and Judah came out of the Egypt. They were still this way. So what's going on now? Tell us what's going to go on then, Deborah. What's going to go on is this. What Yah is coming for and drawing out is connected to the spiritual seed. Okay? Why is that? Why would he send himself down to bring the sword to separate it in the family when he ain't gonna separate it in the kingdom? Because it's already separated in the kingdom. How would he be any just in him to come and get all of Israel and all of Judah out of captivity and take them to the promised land? Make it make sense.